my name is Fable Painter, and I am your dedicated benefits account manager from Capstone Insurers. Your school district is a part of a consortium called OSBA, which is a group of about 40 school districts spread across Southwest Missouri that offer common benefit plans. Today we're going to be talking about your open enrollment, which is this spring effective July 1st. You should have gotten a paper packet that looks like this. This should have also come to you in email form. On the email you can click on the hyperlinks and it'll take you to a website that shows you more videos about what I'm going to be talking about today. If you will look at the important information section, your district is going to be contributing $400 a month towards your medical insurance this year. Over on the how to apply section, your enrollment period started on March 5th and you can enroll through April 2nd, and then below it tells you at what days and times we will be at each district. If you go down to the enrollment checklist, you'll want to schedule your one-on-one meeting with a Capstone representative on the day that we'll be at your school. Number 2, as you go through your enrollment, your dependent social security numbers will be required. So if they're not already in the system, if you'll bring those with you, it's going to save you a lot of time because you won't have to leave, go get them, and come back. The OSBA benefits hyperlink on number 3 is a really good resource to be able to use to go look at brochures and other videos about what I'm going to talk to you about today. Number 4, you'll want to complete your benefits enrollment by clicking on the hyperlink in the email. If you want to go ahead and write that down, it's www.employeenavigator.com. You'll use the same login information that you've used every year. If you forgot what that is, your ID is probably your school email, and we don't have a way to tell you what your password is, but there is a reset password link that you can use. If you do have to reset your password, your company identifier is Bolivar, and if you're a new user that's first registering, first enrolling, you'll have to register and your company identifier will be Bolivar as well. As you go through, it's going to ask you what your name is, and if your name is Robert but you go by Bob, you'll want to put in Robert because otherwise it's going to tell you that you're not recognized and it doesn't know who you are. If you go to the next page, there's a place where you can write in your username and password. If you want to keep this packet from year to year, that'll be a great reminder of what your username and password is. When we're at your district, we'll also have little business size cards that you can write that information on and put it in your Rolodex. If people still use those, you can put it in your desk, in your wallet, somewhere where you'll remember where it's at. So I know that you guys have a lot to go through today and that your time is valuable, so I'm just going to touch on the changes for the plans this year and try to get all the important information to you as quickly as I can. If you have any questions after you watch this video, my phone number is 417-777-7570, and my email address is F as in Frank, painter at capstoneins.com. For the next couple weeks, I'm going to be out of the office a lot going to different school districts, but I'll always have my laptop with me. So if you email me throughout the day, I can definitely answer your emails a lot faster than I can call you back. Okay, so on your medical insurance, you should have a sheet next that looks like this. The same 7 medical plans are offered this year as were last year. The rates are going up about 4.9%, and there's a few changes to the benefits, but other than that, everything's exactly the same. So on the 4 PPO options and the first 2 HSAs, the prescription drug benefit has been made the same on all of those plans. So last year, 2 of the plans had a generic drug copay of no more than $10, a tier 2 copay of no more than $30, and those are both being changed on all of the plans to where it's no more than $15 and no more than $45. If you're someone who takes a generic medication and right now you just pay $5, just because the copay is going up to no more than $15 doesn't mean you're going to start paying $15. It'll still be $5 or $7 or whatever it was. The biggest change to the prescription copay is that the specialty medications, which are medications that typically cost more than $650 retail, are going from 25% to a max of $150 to 25% to a max of $200. But keep in mind, just because you take a specialty medication doesn't mean you're going to start paying an extra $50 a month for that medication, because it's 25% of retail, no more than $200. So your medication would technically have to be an extra or $200 more for you to have to pay an extra $50. So just keep that in mind. Same thing on the HSAs. If you need a reminder of the difference between the HSA and the PPO plans, the PPO plans have copays prior to meeting your deductible for your smaller things like doctor's office visits, prescriptions, ER, emergency room. HSAs do not have those. They're high deductible medical plans where your copays don't kick in until after your deductible has been met. One last change on those plans that we actually feel pretty good about is the Life Health Online copay is going down to $10, which Life Health Online can be used for smaller things like spider bites or pink eye, things in the middle of the night, stuff like that. So you can actually save like $20 on most of the plans off of your primary care copay. If you were to use Life Health Online for smaller things like that, they can order prescriptions for you at the nearest pharmacy, and they can do lots of things that your regular primary care physician can do. We are not trying to replace your primary care physician. We're just trying to give you more accessible opportunities to see a doctor on the weekends or overnight or during the day when you're not able to leave work, things like that. So we're pretty excited about those changes. The next flyer that you should see is the health savings account flyer. If you're someone who chooses one of the HSA medical plans, you will be given the option to contribute money into a health savings account, which is an account that you can contribute into pre-tax, and you can use those funds towards eligible medical, vision, or dental expenses. You will be sent, if you don't already have one, a debit card that you can use on the spot. You don't have to use your own money and then reimburse yourself. So HSAs are a really great tool for being able to save money on your taxes. Those accounts will be through Discovery Benefits, which is the same account or company that we're currently going through. Flexible spending accounts, the flyer's actually towards the back for flexible spending accounts, but those are very similar to HSAs. If you choose one of the PPO medical plans, then you'll have the option to contribute into a flexible spending account, which is another really good tool to be able to save money on your taxes, set money aside throughout the year to use for things like braces or contacts or glasses or surgery, prescriptions for your whole family, anything like that. If you have any questions about the medical insurance, HSAs, or flexible spending accounts, be sure to let me know and I'll answer whatever I can for you. The next slide is the dental slide. The only thing that's changing on dental this year is that the premium is increasing 2%, which on the employee rate is less than $1. So it's really not a huge change for you guys. The high option pays a max benefit of $1,500 per covered person after a $50 deductible. It has 2 preventative care cleanings a year, so every 6 months without having to meet the deductible. And for the majority of services, it's going to pay 90% of the cost after the $50 deductible. The high plan is the only plan that has orthodontic coverage for children and adults, as well as implant coverage. So if you're someone whose children need braces, or you want braces, or you'd like an implant, the high plan is the only one that's going to be able to provide those services for you. The low plan pays a max benefit of $1,250 after a $50 deductible. It has the same 2 preventative care cleanings a year. After the deductible, it pays 50% of your services up to the max benefit, and it does not have orthodontic or implant coverage. So those are the dental plans. The network is the same for next year on that. So, and one cool thing about the dental plans, or 2 cool things actually, is it will pay the exact same in-network as it does out-of-network. So if you're someone who has not purchased dental insurance in the past because you're afraid afraid that, or you know that your dentist isn't in the network, it'll pay the same either way. So don't let that keep you from purchasing a dental plan. The second thing is it doesn't have a waiting period, except for on implants, if you have the high plan. But if you purchase the dental plan and it's effective on July 1st, you can get braces on July 1st, or you can have a cleaning on July 1st. So that's a cool thing about the dental plan that's offered through the school that's not necessarily available on other dental plans that you might have access to. Next is vision. Vision is exactly the same. So there's two vision plans. There's the high plan, which gives you a routine eye exam once every 12 months at a $15 copay. And then as far as materials, you're able to purchase a new set of frames every 12 months with a $160 allowance, and glass lenses at a $15 copay, or contact lenses at a $160 allowance. The silver plan has the same routine eye exam every 12 months at a $15 copay, the same $160 for frames, but it's every 24 months. And then you can get lenses, glass lenses at a $15 copay, or contact lenses with a $160 allowance. So both plans are glasses or contacts, but the platinum plan you can get new frames every 12 months. The silver plan you can get new frames every 24 months. If all you use the vision plan for is for contacts, the silver plan is exactly the same as the platinum plan, and the rates aren't changing at all this year. As far as medical, dental, and vision go, we have a lot of people that ask, can I decline medical and take dental and vision? Yes. Can I enroll employee only on medical and put my children on my vision plan? Yes. They're all three totally separate plans, three totally separate elections. So there's that. The next flyer talks about your board paid life insurance. Your school district pays for $20,000 in life insurance for you. So the first $20,000 you don't have to pay for. It's actually, it doubles in the event that you were to pass away in an accident. So if you pass away due to something medical, it's $20,000, but if you're in a car accident, it's $40,000. In addition to the life insurance you're offered by your district, you have the option to elect voluntary life insurance for yourself, your spouse, and your children. For you, you can elect up to 5 times your annual salary, no more than $200,000. Your spouse can get $50,000, guaranteed issue. Over $50,000, they have to answer medical questions, and you can get $10,000 for your kids. The cool thing about the rate on the kids is it's one rate. It's $2.36 for $10,000 in life insurance, and it doesn't matter how many kids you have. It's still $2.36. A lot of people don't like to think about life insurance for their kids, but it's a real thing, and it's so inexpensive that it's kind of worth doing. So most people would say if something were to happen to their children, they don't want to have to think about the financial side of that. So the life insurance would be a really great help if something were to happen. If you already have life insurance through Anthem, you can increase it during open enrollment without answering any medical questions. For yourself, up to the 5 times your annual salary, no more than $200,000. You can also increase your spouse, but if they go over $50,000, you'll have to answer medical questions for them and be approved by Anthem's underwriting department. If you don't have life insurance at all, but this year you decide you want to add it, you'll have to answer those medical questions. It's not a huge deal. There's like 10 to 12 questions. You don't have to go and have a physical or blood drawn or anything like that, but you do have to tell Anthem a little bit about your medical history, what prescriptions you take, that sort of thing, and then they'll get back to you or back to us and let us know if you're being accepted or not. This year there's something really exciting that your district is doing completely new. Like your board paid life insurance, they're going to also be paying for a long-term disability policy for all of you. The policy will be 60% of your annual salary as a monthly benefit. It starts after a 60-day waiting period, and in the event that something more permanent were to happen and you weren't ever able to come back to work, it'll pay you out up to age 65. So that's something really awesome that the district is adding to your benefits package that's completely no cost to you. Some people would say that they don't have 60 days worth of money sitting around to pay mortgage or college loans or hospital bills or stuff like that. So they're also giving you the opportunity to purchase a short-term disability policy that can fill the gap of the first 60 days. So that's the next flyer that you're going to see. That policy is offered through Unum, which is the same company that the current disability policy is being offered through. So if we move on, the next change is that currently the accident and critical illness plans are being offered through a company, the same company, Unum. As of July, those policies are going to be offered through AFLAC. So the benefits overall are very similar. The price we felt like is a lot more competitive for the benefit. Everyone is guaranteed issue on the accident plan and the critical illness plan, which means you don't have to answer medical questions to be accepted for coverage. If you look at the accident flyer, there is a schedule of benefits. So, for example, it says a hospital emergency room with x-ray, you would get a benefit amount of $200 to $250. For prescriptions, 2 times per accident within 6 months after an accident, you can get a $5 reimbursement. Pain management, you can get a $100 reimbursement. So this is all money that would be paid to you for you to use however you want to, whether it be towards your medical bills or something else. You can use it for whatever you would like to. So a lot of people find accident plans valuable. One thing that's different about AFLAC's accident plan than Unum's accident plan is Unum offered 2. They offered a regular accident plan that just paid out benefits for injuries or hospital stays as a result of an accident, and then they also offered one with a hospital confinement rider, which would pay you a daily benefit if you were admitted into the hospital due to a sickness. AFLAC's accident plan does not include any benefits for sickness. So if you'll skip past the critical illness flyer, there is a hospital indemnity flyer, which is the sickness rider that was on the accident plan. It looks like this. So a hospital indemnity plan will pay you a daily benefit if you're admitted into the hospital due to an accident, an injury, something like this. If you are someone who has one of the HSA medical plans, these plans are pretty valuable. They can go with your HSA plan very well, because a lot of people would say that if they had a large thing happen in their life, they don't have $3,000 or $5,000 or $6,500 sitting around to just be able to pull from that for medical expenses. So to have something like an accident plan or like a hospital indemnity plan that can help you out with those larger bills when you have the HSA plans that have the higher deductibles is pretty valuable. If you'll go back to the flyer before, to the critical illness plan, this plan is very similar to Unum's critical illness plan. So Unum paid you a lump sum benefit if you were to be diagnosed with one of 7 or 8 critical illnesses. The AFLAC one is exactly the same. Something that's cool about the AFLAC plan is instead of giving your children a free 25% of the benefit amount that you choose, your children get a free 50% of the benefit amount that you choose. There's a listing of the different critical illnesses that a person would be diagnosed with in order to receive the benefit amount that they elect. And then also one thing that the AFLAC plan does that the Unum plan didn't do is it has a reoccurrence. It has benefits for initial diagnosis, additional diagnosis, and reoccurrence. With the Unum plan, it just paid out one time per condition. On the AFLAC plan, because it has that additional or reoccurrence, you can actually receive benefit more than once on the critical illness plan. And the wellness benefit that you get if you have one of a couple different preventative care things throughout the year, which you probably aren't going to have to pay for because preventative care services are paid for under your health insurance anyways. The benefit on the Unum plan was $75. On the AFLAC plan, it's $100. So that's an extra $25 that you can get in wellness benefit, and you don't have to pay for the service itself anyways. So that's $100 that you can pocket. One of the last things that you're offered, which has been on the platform for a couple years now, is identity theft protection through LifeLock. Identity theft is the #1 growing crime in the US. So a lot of people have found that LifeLock identity theft protection is another valuable thing that they're able to enroll in. LifeLock is more of a proactive step to making sure that all of your identity things stay safe. So they actually watch ahead of time. They notify you when they see fishy things going on, and you can say, yes, that's me, or no, that's not. So that's one thing that LifeLock is really good about that other identity theft protection companies or programs might not do. They may be more of an after the fact, they'll help you kind of thing, but not so much monitor on the front end. So there's a few things that are changing on the AFLAC plans this year. Last year there were 3 levels of plans being offered. LifeLock has consolidated their platform to where there's only 2 levels of plans offered. So there is the LifeLock Benefit Elite and the Ultimate Plus. And then last year there was employee, employee spouse, employee children, or family. This year there's employee only and employee plus. So if you're someone who covers more than yourself or would like to cover more than yourself, you actually are getting a pretty decent rate going to the employee plus from employee plus child or plus spouse. The very last thing that's being added to your platform, and this is brand new, is a medical transport solution. So a lot of people think that if they were to have to ride in an air ambulance or a ground ambulance, that their health insurance would cover all of that, no problem. And unfortunately, that's just not the case with the way that air ambulances are contracted through hospitals. Air ambulance rides can cost anywhere from $30,000 to $70,000, depending on where you're having to go from, where you're being picked up from, and who the air ambulance is owned by. So the medical transport solution policies are very, very valuable. If you would like more information on how the medical transport solution, the AFLAC plans, how the medical plans, the dental plans, the vision plans, how any of those things could be a better fit for you, please make sure and let me know. I will definitely be at your school district on all of these days to sit down with you guys. There will be three or four of us. We can answer any of those questions there, but if you're wanting to come in, get your enrollment done quickly, then shoot me an email ahead of time, give me a call, and I'll definitely answer any questions that I have. I hope that this video has been really beneficial for you guys, and that I went through and explained all of the benefits in a way that makes sense, hit all the important parts. If you still have questions, for real, just make sure and call me. My number is 417-777-7570. My email is fpainter@capstoneins.com, and I would be more than happy to answer any questions that you have.